This is how much the Sanders-Ocasio Cortez Medicare for all bill would cost. It's insane. By the conservative Jew for rwnofficial.com. Now, this here is why the socialist way never works. The socialist senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders, has now come up with a new plan to provide Medicare for all. His most recent harebrained scheme is essentially a government-run, single-payer health care program which has already been proven to be a failure in places like Great Britain and Canada. Under the senator's new plan, which of course is supported by the so-called rising star of the Democrat Party, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is a self-professed socialist and is running for a House seat from New York, every American would get health care for free. But here is the kicker. Guess how much this scheme would cost the American taxpayer to provide this free service to the whole nation? According to Mercatus Center at George Mason University, $32.6 trillion over the first 10 years. Oh, wow. And who knows how much more thereafter. This would mean the average U.S. taxpayer would have to pay double the tax bill they currently pay to be able to sustain this program. Let that sink in for a second. Wow, that is steep. Wow. Here is more on this via the Daily Wire. In 2017, taxpayers forked over $3.32 trillion to the federal government, more than twice what they paid just 20 years before. If you're wondering what the number looks like, it's this. There you go. Look at the number. Wow. The government, of course, overspent again in 2017, shelling out $3.982 trillion, creating this is a precious number, $666 billion budget deficit. I wonder where they got that 666 number for. Anyway, now comes Senator Bernie Sanders with a new plan to provide Medicare for all, essentially a government-run health care program. Under the plan, heavily supported by the rising Democratic star, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, running for a House seat in New York. We heard that. Every American would get free health care. Okay. We read that. All U.S. residents would be covered with no copays and deductibles for medical services. The insurance industry would be relegated to a minor role, ABC News reported. Enacting something like Medicare for all would be a transformative change in the size of the federal government, said Charles Blahouse, the study's author. Blahouse was a senior economic advisor to former President George W. Bush and a public trustee of Social Security and Medicare during the Obama administration. With the cost of the free, quote, Medicare program nearly equally the amount of a tax revenue, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that Americans would have to pay roughly double what they pay now in taxes. But Blahouse's study found that even that wouldn't be enough. Wow. A doubling of all currently projected federal, individual, and corporate income tax collections would be insufficient to finance the added federal cost of the plan because the program would grow rapidly. Yeah, and you'll have the corporations leaving the country as they have done. Several 2020 hopefuls, including Senator Kamala Harris, another witch, and Senator Pocahontas Elizabeth Warren, support the plan. Of course they do, because they're all morons. As does Ocasio-Cortez, let's not forget, the rising star, who defeated House Democratic Caucus Chairman Joe Crowley, another moron, last month, and quickly became one of the top voices in the party. Sanders took issue with the study by the libertarian group, saying it received some funding from the conservative Koch brothers. If every major country on earth can guarantee health care to all and achieve better health outcomes while spending substantially less per capita than we do, it is absurd for anyone to suggest that the United States cannot do the same, Sanders said in a statement. This grossly misleading and biased report in the Koch brothers' response to the growing support in our country for a Medicare for All program. But Kenneth Thorpe, a senior health policy advisor in the Clinton administration and a health policy professor at Emory University in Atlanta, said the Mercatus study is accurate. It's showing that if you are going to go in that direction, it's going to cost the federal government $2.5 trillion to $3 trillion a year in terms of spending. Thorpe said even though people don't pay premiums, the tax increases are going to be enormous. They are going to be a lot of people who'll pay more in taxes than they save on premiums. Of course, Sanders took issue with the study by the Libertarian group, who he accuses of receiving some funding from the conservative Koch brothers, but his argument was quickly squashed by Kenneth Thorpe, who was a senior health policy advisor for the Clinton administration during the 90s and currently a health policy professor at Emory University in Atlanta, who said the Mercatus study is accurate. See? This is why the socialists and communists always end up failing. Like Margaret Thatcher said, there comes a time when you just run out of other people's money. Just ask yourselves, if you were stuck paying double in taxes than what you are currently paying, is it even worth getting up every morning to go to work? I say absolutely not, and it's already too high, taxes already. It's still too high, because they squander the money on garbage, and people are paying through the nose. And they're jacking up even real estate taxes and everything. So, I mean, enough is enough with these taxes. It's unconstitutional, first of all, to be charged like this. So I don't know what Ocasio Cortez is. I say lower the medical costs. That's basically what you should do. It's insane the amount of money you pay for the doctors and I mean, what? Like, where do they come up with these numbers? Why? Oh, because they have to pay high insurances because of people suing them. That's why. So if they could cut that crap out, maybe something can be done. But this way, it's not gonna fly for anybody. Yeah, you might as well go on welfare until the money runs out. That's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.